You're watching ESPN's Champ Week, presented by Principal. From Cleveland, Ohio, this is the MAC Men's Basketball Tournament Championship. Well, only 11 miles separate the campuses of Kent State and Akron. Tonight at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, only 40 minutes separates them from a trip to the NCAA tournament. Take a look at the MAC tournament bracket as Kent State snuck in as the final seed. They have been bulldozing people ever since. A 13-point win over Bowling Green yesterday. Akron stuck by Ohio to advance to tonight's championship matchup. Hello, everybody. Alongside Mark Adams, I'm Eric Rothman. Happy to be here with you in Cleveland, Ohio. And, Coach, this is a fantastic conference we get to showcase tonight, and maybe one of the best rivalries in the country.
A great rivalry in a great city of Cleveland, which houses the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And last night, Enrique Freeman rocked this house. 24 points, 11 rebounds in the win over Ohio in a virtuoso performance. Last night, no one could take their eyes off this 6'9" walk-on. Tonight, Kent State's D will focus on the #1 rebounder in the nation, the #1 double-double guy in the nation. Enrique Freeman and the Akron Zips play for a championship tonight.
Maybe we stop calling him Enrique, we start calling him Enfrique.
There you go.
Numbers. How about the duo of Santiago and Sullinger for Kent State?
Yeah, speaking of rock and roll, there are two guards from Kent State who roll for Rob Senderoff and the Kent State Golden Flashes. Sullinger and Santiago, they came together for 42 points in the win over Bowling Green last night. Two guards who are showstoppers for the Golden Flashes tonight in the home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And Eric, I'm jacked, man, for the MAC championship and a trip to the NCAA tournament. How cool is that?
Kent State in the gold uniforms, Akron in the whites. This is the 165th meeting between these two universities, and wouldn't you know it, the series is tied 82-82 in a relationship that dates back to 1916. Kent State won this tournament last year. Akron won this tournament 2 years ago. One of them will advance to the NCAA tournament with a win here tonight.
Yeah, both these programs have been dominant teams, and they don't like each other very much. Separated by only 11 miles from Akron to Kent.
Akron defeated Kent State twice in the regular season. Kent State, despite being picked to finish second in the conference, came in as the 8th seed. But big wins over Miami and Bowling Green have them here in the championship game against the #2 seed, Akron. Ali with the basketball, and he turns it over. Von Cameron Davis leads the charge for Kent State and gets our first field goal of the game.
Yeah, Davis, one of those really physical guards. When he gets downhill, he wants the bump, and he got the bump there and finished through it.
These two teams played in the 2022 championship. There are plenty of players remaining from that game, including this guy, Enrique Freeman, who kicks it back out to his teammate that's Nate Johnson for three.
Nate Johnson, known as a shooter for John Gross and the Akron Zips. He was out with an injury earlier this year, has been a single-digit scorer over the last 6-7 games, but tonight, good news for the Akron Zips when that young man gets it going.
Yeah, contact lens on the floor. Ali lost the lens. We want to make sure everybody's got 20/20 vision.
Yeah.
This is an important game. So Akron, they're coming off that tight game yesterday to Ohio. They trailed by 10 at the half. The trio of Sammy Hunter, Ali, and Enrique Freeman combined for 54 of the 65 points for Akron. So that bucket there, the three-pointer by Nate Johnson for John Gross's team, is something they lacked last night. Outside of those three, they didn't get a whole lot of scoring production.
Enrique Freeman last night put on one of the greatest performances I've ever seen in a college basketball game. 24 points, 21 rebounds, and he brought this entire arena to their feet. I mean, as a journalist, I'm sitting here getting ready for the game. You can't root for anybody. I went 3 rows back so I could give him a standing ovation. That's how good he was.
He also had a career-high 7 blocks as well in the 2 games that he's played here in this tournament. He's combined for 54 points. Absolutely showing out the MAC Player of the Year for the Zips. Kent State with the basketball. Gio Santiago, who had 6 three-pointers in the win against Bowling Green, was it inside, and Von Cameron Davis was fouled. Nate Johnson picked up the personal.
pace of play is going to be really interesting tonight. And Kent State, even though they've been the number 8 seed in this tournament, knocked off the number 1 seed Toledo in the first round. Kent has led 77% of the minutes so far in the Mid-American Conference tournament. They like to play with the lead. They like to hold pace down.
Rob Senderoff, their head coach, knows how to win in this tournament. Won it last year, won in 2017. This is the 3rd consecutive title game that his Golden Flashes have appeared in. Back end for Davis goes down. He's coming off a 7-point performance in the semifinal game. Take a look at the starting lineup for Akron. Enrique Freeman, one of the best players not only in this conference but in the country as well. Ali and Sammy Hunter, that trio is where most of their offense comes from, as Ali misses the turnaround in the lane.
Yeah, why does Ali fade away against a smaller defender? And Jalen Solonger's 5'10". Ali is 6'8". You don't fade in that situation.
Santiago got a high screen, missed the 18-footer. Santiago and Sullinger combined for 42 points in the semifinal game. They'll need all of that here to keep up with the offense of Akron. Good defense on the interior by Kent State. Can Kent State figure out how to slow down Enrique Freeman? That's the question when it comes to pace. Can you slow down the big man for Akron?
Yeah, and that's the question everybody has in the country, and nobody's come up with that answer throughout the season.
Good start for Von Cameron Davis, who's got all 5 of the points for Kent State. The 7 points that Davis had in the semifinals is the first game since December 29th that he did not have a double-figure scoring effort. He has been great, starting out hot in this one. Defense on the inside once again. Three-pointer missed by Sammy Hunter, and then a bump foul, the hip check by Greg Tribble, his first.
So early on in this game, the Kent State physicality defensively is affecting Akron's ability. Ali has had a mismatch against a smaller defender on 2 straight possessions. One he fades away, the other time he gives it up. He's got to attack those smaller defenders, just jump over and make a shot.
And you would have to think somebody's going to have to start making mid-range and long jumpers for Akron, so Enrique Freeman gets freed up a little bit down low.
Yeah, and on the opposite end for Kent State, of course, Jalen Sullinger, number 13 in gold, just gave up the ball, and his buddy Santiago right there. Those 2 guys went off last night for 42 points, often from long range. And the 42 points, 33 were from behind the arc of those 2 guys.
Cameron Davis has the ISO, and he traveled. Kent State overall 17-16, 8-10 in conference play. Coach, you know, they've had to play without Chris Payton Jr., who's second-year transfer from Pitt, Reggie Bass, who came over from Central Michigan. And despite that, they come into this tournament as the 8th seed. They really only got into the tournament by 1 game over Ball State. Would have missed out on the tournament altogether, but they have dominated their first 2 games here in Cleveland.
Kent State learned a lot from their loss to Toledo, and they regrouped and came in here refocused, and we're seeing them come out in a tight 1-3-1 zone that's giving Akron a lot of problems.
Kent State lost to Toledo in the final regular season game and then knocked them off the number 1 seed in the quarterfinals here a couple days ago. 4 on the shot clock as they go inside to Karan Hornbeak.
That's going to be a critical matchup. Hornbeak inside versus Enrique Freeman. That time Hornbeak gets the best of Freeman.
Hornbeak 9-9 in the semifinal win. Nutmegged on that one inside to Enrique Freeman for his first bucket of the game.
The way to beat the 1-3-1, even though it's packed in tight, is make sure you move ball, diagonal passes, and hard cuts from the backside. That's exactly what Freeman read that time.
First bucket for the MAC Player of the Year. And it seems like for Kent State on the offensive end, they're trying to get Von Cameron Davis involved, and right now he's got 5 of their 7 points.
So how do you beat the 1-3-1? You move the basketball and you cut into position into open spaces. Enrique Freeman has a high basketball IQ. That's why he's one of the best players in America.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Principal. Let's build a retirement and benefits plan that works for your team. See some pictures of past champions. The confetti will rain down on either Akron or Kent State here tonight at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland. Kent State did it last year. Akron 2 years ago. This is a rematch of that game 2 years ago. And hey, coach, there's Jim Christian, who's now the assistant AD for basketball administration at Kent State, but a long, storied career as a head coach in this conference. Yeah, Jim won 2 MAC tournament championships in 2006, 2008. In fact, Jim Christian and Rob Senderoff are best of friends. Rob was the lead assistant the first 4 years under Jim, from 2002 to 2006. Both were assistants together at Miami under Herb Sendick. Rob was Jim's assistant when Jim was first became the head coach at Kent. And of course, Rob was best man at Jim's wedding. And now Jim is a very calming influence for Rob Senderoff, who sometimes needs a calming influence. In this environment especially. MAC championship game is firing off a 3. Jalen Sullinger out of the break. Every assistant coach on that bench either played for Jim Christian or for Rob Senderoff. That's how tight this team is. Ali buries the 3. First lead of the game for the Zips. Ali at 6'8", a really difficult matchup for defenses. He brings such energy to this team. He had 19 points in the title game against Kent State 2 years ago. He's a menace on defense as well. Caleb Thornton in there defensively for Akron, guarding the ball now. Pull-off jumper from the mid-range. That's Mike Bukelja, the junior from Solon, Ohio. Good start for Kent State offensively. 4 of 6 from the floor. Kent back into man-to-man, coming out of the dead ball situation, switching up little defenses here. Trying to give Akron some different looks. It's Ali squaring, facing up, and rimming in. So guess what Kent State talked about defensively on those switches? They are in trouble with Ali. And Ali on Akron is taking advantage of it, taking advantage of his size. Sullinger misses the floater. Kent State will keep the basketball. And I guess the problem is, coach, when you're playing against Akron, if you put too much focus defensively on Enrique Freeman, that lets guys like Ali and Sammy Hunter get open shots. Yeah, Sammy Hunter went off last night, and Ali is such a dynamic offensive presence. At 6'8", he can handle it. He can jump over defenders. He can make a 3-ball. He can go down the paint and do it as well. And with these smaller guards that are switching off, look for Ali to continue to attack. Sullinger and Santiago, that combination for Kent State, scoreless so far, 6 minutes in. Here is Santiago, foot on the line, no dice. Well, Akron's defense was sterling that possession. Dawson, a pull-up 3. Michael Dawson coming off the bench. He averages 5 points per game as a senior for this Zip squad. He's now guarding Von Cameron Davis. Sullinger from way downtown. The southpaw comes up short. Offensive rebound for Magnus Entenmann. I love Magnus Entenmann. A walk-on kid that just makes every hustle play. Number 14 in gold for the Golden Flashes tonight. Watch him. Sullinger, ISO ball, switched over to his right hand for that shot. Yeah, Jalen Sullinger, look, the Sullinger name is royalty here in the state of Ohio, and this kid is carrying on that tradition of the Sullinger family. His dad, Julian, an associate head coach on this team. Excuse me, his uncle. His dad, JJ, played for Ohio State. Of course, Jared Sullinger, also an Ohio State legend. Thornton blocked, and I'm not sure if it was a pass or a shot. Either way, went right into the hands of Julius Rollins. Now Rollins on the offensive end. Double pump in the air, not doing anything. Good baseline cut. Ali missed the reverse layup. Yeah, Sammy Hunter, a really good passer out of the post, found Ali, not able to finish. Akron 4 of 9 from the floor to start it. Kent State 5 of 11. And Santiago boots that one into the first row, and referee saying it should stay with Kent State. Akron arguing Then it was kicked out of bounds by Santiago. I thought that's what happened.
No question. Santiago kicked that thing right through the goalpost at the football field across the plate.
Substitutions as Karan Hornbeek back into the game for Kent State. Taim Freeman, grad transfer from UCF, is in there as well.
I'd like to see Kent State get the ball more in the paint. They went for 42 points in the paint as they upset Toledo in the quarterfinals. And there's a point in the paint right there. Solinger doesn't knock it down.
Solinger now 1 for 5 from the floor. They were getting good paint looks early in the game from Von Cameron Davis. Haven't gone back to him after he scored the first 5 points for the Golden Flashes. He's currently on the bench.
All they got to do is throw it over the top. There it is.
Outside defense comes over on Freeman, backing in on Hornbeek, and Freeman will go to the free throw line. Well, Enrique Freeman quiet so far, but the boos rain down from the Kent State fans who didn't like the foul call on Hornbeek. Golden Flashes up 1. Earlier today here in Cleveland, Kent State women defeated Buffalo 78-60 to win the MAC Women's Championship. Katie Shoemate scored 18 points, while Deanna Gray added 14 to give Kent State their first MAC tournament championship since 2002. And the men looking to do the same here tonight against Akron as third-seeded Kent State women advance to the NCAA tournament. Congratulations to them. Has you covered. We have you covered for Selection Sunday once again. It all starts 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific with SportsCenter on ESPN. Reese and the college basketball crew look at the men's field of 68 as the brackets are announced, followed by bracketology with breakdowns of each region. And then at 8, the women's field of 68 is revealed with bracketology and a complete breakdown as well immediately following. That's presented by Lowe's. Eric Rothman, Mark Adams with you in Cleveland. You see the 2 times since 2000 that the men's team and women's team also won the MAC tournament championship. Kent State did it in 2002, Buffalo in 2019. Rob Senderoff and company trying to do the same thing here today for Kent State. Right now, Enrique Freeman at the line for the Zips. And Senderoff's squad has done a good job so far guarding Freeman. He hasn't had a ton of touches.
Well, they've surrounded him in that tight 1-3-1 zone, and they're laying a body on him. And right now, Akron's got to figure it out and start getting him touches. They're sending a second defender every time he catches it, so you know what? Then he turns into a passer to the backside.
3 points, 1 rebound for the MAC Player of the Year. Kent State 8 paint points. As they try to go inside offensively, Santiago's been held scoreless, coming off a 20-point performance in the semi-win against Bowling Green. Solinger, that's a tough shot. Freeman rips down the rebound.
Yeah, Greg Tribble was just really physical with Solinger on that play. It knocked him off his path.
Calling for it in the corner is Amani Lyles. Freeman the offensive rebound. Freeman back up, no whistle, third chance, rejected by Hornbeek.
Where sometimes when you watch Enrique Freeman go after a rebound, it looks like everybody else is in slow motion. Hornbeek with the good reaction on the shot.
Freeman had 21 rebounds in the semifinal win against Ohio. Pick and roll, Hornbeek, leaner, no. State 5 of 14 from the floor now. Akron 4 of 12.
Look at all the gold jerseys as to how they're surrounding Freeman inside. So Freeman comes out to give the driving angle.
Tavari Johnson takes advantage of the open lane.
Yeah, Freeman provided spacing right there by leaving the post area.
7 different lead changes in this one so far. Oh my goodness, Solinger shot that one, I think, from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame parking lot.
And he could make it, too. So Enrique Freeman, look, he gets an offensive rebound. Watch this. He goes right back up. He goes right back at it again. Everybody's in slow motion except him. And then Hornbeek denies the opportunity to the rim. He's so quick off his feet. Hornbeek has to be more responsive whenever Freeman goes up with a shot.
Coach, for Kent State offensively, they've had 15 field goal attempts. Sullinger has taken 7 of them and only made 1.
He's one of those rhythm guys, though. When he gets it going, holy cow, was he good last night. 22 points in the win last night against Bowling Green.
Right, he was 5 of 7 from 3.
Yeah.
And this guy, Gio Santiago, got it done. Santiago scoreless in this one. 5 to shoot now. Just no angle in there for Taim Freeman.
Akron is so effective at knocking shooters off their balance in subtle ways with their hips. I've seen it time and time again.
Akron, top 30 in the country in scoring defense this year. Opponents averaging just 66 points per game against them as Freeman fouled away from the basket.
You know, it's not a foul if it's not called. And Akron does a really good job with their lower body of deflecting the dribble, leaning into a guy right before he shoots. They keep guys off balance on defense. It's really an effective tool how they use their lower bodies defensively.
The foul was on Von Cameron Davis, his first. Trapped in the corner, nowhere to go. Ali, and just throws it away.
That is great preparation by Rob Senderoff and his staff. That's what they worked on. Out of bounds play. One thing you know when you go against Kent State, they're going to run really good out of bounds stuff, and they're going to defend your out of bounds stuff. And right there, they invited the ball to Ali to go in the corner. They were ready for that. That's no accident. That's preparation.
That's why they call it a trap, right?
That's exactly right. Right there in that coffin corner. That's not a football term. That's a basketball term in my house.
Under 10 minutes ago here in the opening half of our MAC championship game. Champ week here in Cleveland, and the three-pointer by Mike Bekelja.
Now, Bekelja was open because of the screen by Sullinger. That little dude just stuck his nose into the defender.
First three-pointer of the game for Kent State on 5 attempts. Bekelja, who has been in the starting lineup since the middle of January. The response on the other end, not there for Tribble. And a foul on the rebound will go against the Zips.
Enrique Freeman now starting to recognize what the defense is giving him. They're sending a second defender. Now he's finding open teammates. That didn't work out on that play, but he's starting to figure it out.
On the shot clock, Kent State leading by 1. Another missed three-pointer for Sullinger, who's 0 for 4 from that distance. Zips not unaccustomed to getting off to a slow start. They trailed by 10 at the half yesterday against Ohio before winning by 3 to advance to our championship game as Ali, a good move inside to put him back on top.
Look now how the ball is moving. A good diagonal to the corner and then a cut right down the gut. Akron's starting to figure out the defense of Kent State.
First bucket of the game for Giovanni Santiago. A redshirt senior from Puerto Rico who played high school ball in Cincinnati. His first field goal, guy averaging 9 a game, but he has had a fantastic tournament. 20 points in the semifinal. Back to the zone for Kent State, left Johnson open. Offensive rebound, Ali.
And in that zone, the best offense is the second chance points. Manufactured points against the zone. Watch Freeman as the ball goes up, 25 and white, turnover.
Travels the call on Tavari Johnson, 5th turnover on Akron. Kent State on top by 1. Looking to go back-to-back here at the MAC Tournament Championship. More from Cleveland in a moment. Eastern on ESPN. It is the SEC Men's Tournament Championship. The 4 seed Auburn taking on the 6 seed Florida. Bruce Pearl about the job Todd Golden has done at Florida, the former disciple from Kyle Smith over in San Francisco, and he's done a great job turning around the Gators.
You know, Bruce Pearl could convince a bulldog that he's a greyhound. That's how convincing Bruce Pearl is. And that's why he's such a great coach. His players listen to him, they respect him, And there aren't many teams that play harder than Auburn in the country.
Could he convince a kangaroo it was a greyhound? We saw the Akron Zips mascot bouncing around here.
Zippy.
Zip. Yeah. They curl up in the pouch there. Takes a nice little nap. Eric Rothman, Mark Adams with you. There's Zippy. Zippy enjoying himself, as we all are here at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. Kent State on top by 1. Both teams struggling a bit offensively. Both teams right around the 47% mark from the floor. Feeling each other out. It's like the early rounds of a boxing match.
Basically 4 guards on the floor right now, along with a couple physical presences inside. There's one of them, Von Cameron Davis at 6'5".
Skip pass in the corner. Lips out for Bekelja. The foul on the floor will go against Akron.
Yeah, Magnus Entenmann, one of those guys, number 14, just makes winning plays. MAC Freshman of the Year. He had 20 points 6 times this year. He's got that Napoleon Dynamite look going right now, and he's playing Dynamite in this tournament.
First foul on Sammy Hunter. Of course, Entenmann heir to the donut fortune. No, I'm just totally kidding. I have no idea.
I'll get to know him better. I'm sorry for the Napoleon Dynamite comment then.
Santiago baseline. He's starting to get a bit of a rhythm. Back-to-back buckets on his last 2 attempts.
And the mixing and matching of defenses continues from Kent State. One time it's a 2-3 zone. Next time it's a man-to-man. Then it's that tight 1-3-1 inside.
But it seems to be making Akron a little skittish. You see the traveling there, but they just haven't gotten comfortable in the half court. They haven't been able to engage Freeman the way that they like, and they're trailing this game by 3.
Well, the reason you switch defenses is to take the other team out of their rhythm. And I think the best way to describe it is that the Akron Zips right now are out of their rhythm.
And Freeman's on the bench. You see those 9 points off of turnovers for Kent State. On Cameron Davis, backing in, spinning, beats his man, and says, too small, Ali, Ali. But Cameron's got 7.
Yeah, he makes such good decisions. Honorable mention all MAC. He's improved in every aspect of his game on Cameron Davis.
5-point advantage for the Golden Flashes. In the corner, Johnson missing the 3.
I think at halftime, Akron's going to talk about, they're going to get another offensive player in the dead zone of that zone, right around that MAC logo area in the paint.
Zips now 2 for 8 from 3. Kent State 1 for 7. Cameron Davis, the leading scorer, with 7. Inside, it's Magnus Entenmann. Timeout on the floor as Entenmann gives Kent State their largest lead of the game. Largest lead of the game for Kent State. Eric Rothman, Mark Adams back here with you to take a look at the game summary. Despite not shooting the ball from 3 well at all, Kent State capitalizing off those Akron turnovers to get their largest lead of the game.
Yeah, Kent State's defense, the mixing and matching, the different looks have been difficult to read for Akron right now. And remember, this Kent State team, they play well with the lead. They have led 77% of the time during their 2 games in this MAC championship tournament.
It's an 8-0 run for Kent State over the last 2.5 minutes. Freeman back into the ball game for Akron.
Now Kent back in their man-to-man set. Switch defense again, coming out of the timeout by Rob Senderoff.
Hornbeak squat defense on Freeman and a hand check foul up top on Hornbeak, and that'll be his 2nd.
And John Gross, he wants to get the ball in the hands of Enrique Freeman as much as possible now.
So quickly, Hornbeak to the bench. Entenmann back in there to deal with Freeman. Good luck.
Well, this I know. Entenmann's going to be really physical with number 25 in white versus number 14 in gold. Freeman versus Entenmann right there.
He's got the isolation on the far side. Scott got bumped and a whistle.
A good call. Kent State doing a really good job of doubling on Freeman in different situations. That time it was on the 2nd dribble that they ran at him. Sometimes they've been going at him right away off the 1st dribble, even when he catches it down the block. So they're mixing and matching those looks when they monster him down on the block. Monster means double team, trap hard against the big guy.
They go back to Freeman, and Freeman does work on Antiman. 5 points now for Enrique.
Yeah, no double team because he caught it so deep. He was right by the rim.
And it was a quick decision on the pass inside as well. Didn't give Kent State a chance to adjust. That ends the drought. Nearly 3 minutes scoreless for Akron before that bucket. Back inside, Von Cameron Davis. He's been the focal point here in the first half for Kent State offensively. Missed that one underneath. Ball will go to the Zips.
Yeah, Von Cameron Davis at 6'5", 229 pounds. He's the first Ohio Mr. Basketball to ever play at Kent State. And he is a load down low. He's a hard matchup, has some guard skills to his game, but also can go down there and power the ball to the rim.
I actually finished 445th in voting for Mr. Ohio Basketball.
Did you really?
Yeah, it's true.
At least you got a vote.
It was my mom.
Yep. I got none. I got cut.
I did too. That's why I got the headset. Ali lobbing inside, help side. Freeman too strong. Entenmann the foul. McKelja came over, made Freeman hesitate for a second. Entenmann was in position, didn't like the whistle.
But watch this catch. I mean, that's in traffic. Holds on to the ball while McKelja goes by him and still goes up to the rim. And that's a heck of a catch right there in traffic. And look at all the golden jerseys that surround Enrique Freeman. You think they're focused on him tonight?
Well, what a story Freeman is. He is a walk-on because he had 0 offers at any level to play basketball in college. He came to Akron on an academic scholarship. His mother encouraged him to try out. It was an open tryout his freshman year, and he has morphed into not only one of the best defensive players in the country, he's now the MAC Player of the Year and one of the best players in the history of this conference.
And what no one knows, during that tryout, look, he grew from 6'4" to 6'7" from high school to college when he sat out 1 year and then decided to try out because, as you mentioned, his mother, Tanya, said, son, you got to give yourself a shot here. And he went during that tryout. He was playing so hard, running up and down the floor. He actually threw up into a trash can and ran back on the floor without the coaches ever noticing he had barfed during his tryout.
Sullinger, the turnaround at the free throw circle.
He's got his toughness.
Three and a half minutes to go here. 6-point lead for Kent State in half number 1. 6 to shoot now for Amani Lyles. Got to get rid of it if you're Dawson. No bucket. Foul on the floor. Freeman drew the foul against Entenmann. The question is, after the refs confer, will the basket count or not? They say no. At the moment, it was a 3 for Dawson. And they're going to take another look at it. We welcome in a new audience who just watched Temple defeat FAU, and you are joining Eric Rothman and Mark Adams here at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland, Ohio for the MAC championship game between Kent State and Akron. Two schools separated by 11 miles. Kent State won this tournament a year ago. Akron won it 2 years ago. In a review after a foul whistled against Magnus Entenmann underneath against Enrique Freeman of Akron that negated a three-point shot made by Michael Dawson. As we go, we take a look at Enrique Freeman, Mark, the MAC Player of the Year. He has absolutely torched this tournament this week.
Yeah, Cleveland is home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and Enrique Freeman rocked this house last night. 24 points, 11 rebounds. He was on fire last night. No one could keep their eyes off this 6'9" walk-on. That's how his career has gone. From an improbable walk-on to one of the best players in America, Enrique Freeman. Last night, I could not take my eyes off of this young man. He dominated that game like no one I've seen in a long, long time.
24 points, 21 rebounds, 7 blocks, a career high. But so far, Kent State has had the answer. Kent State has done well defensively, and they've also capitalized on a lot of Akron turnovers.
Well, Kent State is a number 8 seed, but they might be the best number 8 seed in the country. This is a program that understands championships. Rob Senderoff, who's a championship coach. He's assisted by Jim Christian, who's won a couple of MAC tournament championships himself. And they are mixing and matching defenses, and they are frustrating Akron and Enrique Freeman right now.
Von Cameron Davis is leading the way for Kent State. He's got 7 points on 3 of 4 shooting. Ali is leading the way for Akron. He's got 7 points. Freeman not too far behind with 6 as we take a look at the game summary. Despite Kent State not shooting the ball well from deep, they have capitalized, as I mentioned, on those 6 Akron turnovers, have converted it into 11 points.
Before we go too far, Joe, I want to congratulate the Temple Owls. I know we just came off of that game, an improbable run to the championship game of the American Athletic Conference tournament, as Adam Fisher has brought that team absolutely from the dead. That team lost by 30 at home to UAB just about a week ago, and I called that game, and now they're made a run all the way to the championship game. What a run by the Temple Owls.
Oh, fantastic job as our officials, Chad Barlow, John Floyd, and Alfred Smith, review the call again. It was a hook and hold underneath on the shot by Dawson. Dawson made the three-pointer. It was waved off. Entenmann was called for the foul as both him and Enrique Freeman were tangled up and hit the floor. As the referees continue to talk about what the call should be against Entenmann.
Yeah, and the fans are getting a little bit restless right now. Look, Magnus Entenmann is a really physical defender. He has a role in this game to get after Enrique Freeman. And Magnus is a guy, Entenmann is a guy that's going to lay it all out there. There's going to be no 95%. It's going to be 100%. It's going to be physical, the freshman of the year in the MAC.
And you have to if you're going to be guarding Enrique Freeman all night. We'll take a look at the play that happened right before you joined us on ESPN2. This is the shot clock was expiring for Michael Dawson. And we'll get the explanation from our refereeing crew. Alfred Smith giving Mark Adams the explanation. Coach, what did you learn?
So they're taking the foul off the board. Magnus Entenmann will get a flagrant 1 foul. Freeman will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws plus Akron possession on that flagrant 1.
And Coach John Gross for Akron getting the explanation. Sure, we would have liked to have the three-point shot go down as well, but instead he'll take the 2 free throws and the basketball. Kent State, you talk about the 8 seed and being one of the best 8 seeds maybe in any tournament around the country this week. Well, they're 17-16 overall. They're 8-10 in conference play. They were picked to finish 2nd in the conference in the preseason poll, but they lost Chris Payton. They lost Reggie Bass to injury. As we take another look at the Entenmann foul, at the flagrant there, as Freeman was fighting with him.
That's the right call, absolutely. It's a hook and hold on Magnus Entenmann. Freeman goes the line to shoot 2. And possession for Akron.
But just to finish the point, Coach, as Freeman takes the free throws, you saw head coach Rob Senderoff in his 13th year for Kent State. This is a Kent State team that lost to Toledo twice in the regular season, lost to Akron twice in the regular season, lost to Ohio twice in the regular season. Yet here they are as the 8th seed, under 500 in conference play this year, looking to repeat as tournament champions.
But you mentioned that the injuries that they went through, when you lose your preseason first team All-MAC Chris Payton, you lose a lot. But somehow, some way, Rob Senderoff has kept this team in the hunt throughout the season. And that loss to Toledo, where they were a little bit humiliated. And they came back and just decided to kind of redesign, refocus, redo everything. It's helped them get better.
And that loss was the final regular season game of the year for Kent State against Toledo. They played Toledo, the #1 seed, in the first round of this tournament and knocked them out. And then defeated Bowling Green in the semifinal. Here's Freeman, offensive foul. Well, Freeman had drawn 5 fouls against Kent State This time, called for one of his own.
Yeah, Von Cameron Davis really moves his feet right there as Freeman lowers his shoulder. Watch Davis just step in. You know what? That looks like the defender was the guy that initiated contact right there. Let's look at this angle. And he's moving into him. That's a foul on the defender. That's a bad call.
Second foul on Freeman, who's got 8 points, 4 rebounds, coming off the 24-point, 21-rebound game in the semifinal win over Ohio. Akron defeated number 7 Miami of Ohio in the quarters, and then the Ohio University Bobcats in the semifinal.
Boy, Akron really picking up their pressure defensively right now.
Oh, but Santiago had a window and he missed the bunny.
Yeah, wide open. Total defensive breakdown by Akron on the curl cut.
Santiago would love to have that one back. A clean look. Too strong off the glass. 2.5 minutes to go till the half. Spin move in the lane, and Tribble can't get the roll. It will stay with Akron underneath.
Now, the difference for Akron right now is there's more dribbling than passing. They're more effective when the ball moves aggressively. I don't care if Kent State's in man or zone or what they in. They need spacing and ball movement and then attack off the ball movement. A little bit impatient right now for Akron.
These two teams, a long history. It goes back to 1916. This is the 165th meeting all time. The series, would you know it, is tied 82-82. Over 100 years, and we are break even. A rematch of the championship game from 2 years ago as Ali hits the three. He's in double figures scoring, and Akron is on top by 2.
At 16 and 8 last night against Ohio in the semis. You don't have to run a defense for Ali.
Oh, and he's hyped on defense too. But he lets his man absolutely blow by him. Jalen Sullinger to the bucket.
Yeah, Sullinger just torched Ali. Yeah, he looked good. It didn't work out too good.
Oh, dang it. Sullinger, 3 of 10.
Mismatch inside. Sullinger's matched up inside.
And he wants to get out of there.
Now they get out of it.
Ali in the corner. Might have gotten away with a travel. Still nowhere to go. Bakelja all over him. Somehow finds the slashing Amani Lyles, and the atmosphere has picked up here in this building, Coach.
Yeah, what an ugly offensive possession, but somehow it worked out for Akron. Ali changed pivot feet in that far corner.
He did. No whistle. Von Cameron Davis missing the 3. Empty possession there for the Golden Flashes.
He's hunting.
Freeman out of the game for Akron, and instead it's Tribble, the one-handed leader in the lane.
Yeah, Akron not settling now. Attack mode offensively by the white jerseys. The Akron Zips.
Kent State takes a timeout. Akron getting going offensively. It's a 12-3 run, and they're up by 4. Zips rolling to close out half number 1. They trailed by 7, but now on a 12-3 run, up by 4 over Kent State. 2:57 the run as Eric Groff and Mark Adams rejoining you here in Cleveland. Ali getting it going with Enrique Freeman on the bench.
Yeah, Ali brings energy to this team. He's an energy giver. The crowd responds to him. His teammates respond to him. When he gets it going offensively, he lights up his own team.
Akron fans on their feet. Kent State looking to quiet them out of the timeout. It's been a tough first half for Sullinger. 3 for 11 from the floor. Transition, 3-point attempt. Rims out for Amani Lyles. Offensive save as Michael Dawson threw it off a Golden Flash player out of bounds.
Akron last night got down early against Ohio, and in a mad rush during the first half came back and took the lead. Very similar scenario here tonight.
.30 seconds to go in half number 1. 15 on the game clock. Ali for 3 and 1. That thing had backspin like a long wedge off the heel of the rim and fell in.
But the ball is moving now. That's the point for Akron. It's not stalling off the dribble. And Ali receives the pass on the third pass to possession and knocks it down, takes the bump, and goes right to the Akron cheering section and lets them know, hey, we're here to win a championship tonight.
Foul was on Rollins. 4-point play from Ali, who's got 14 in the first half for the Zips.
And now Akron goes really small. Ali at 6'8". He'll be the big dude out there. But they're going small right now for quickness defensively. Michael Dawson in at 6'5", 222. A strong guy enters the game.
Shot clock off for the final 15 seconds of the first half. 16-2 run for Akron.
A time Freeman, number 22 for the Zips.
5 seconds to go for Sullinger, guarded by Ali. Deep three for Sullinger. That will help a lot. Sullinger, who was 0 for 4 before that one, drains the three.
Basketball royalty in Ohio in the form of, this time, Jalen Sullinger from deep.
So it's a 34-29 halftime lead as we send it to the championship week halftime report with Zubin, Coach Green, and Coach Pastner.
Eric, Mark, thank you very much. We are off and rolling. It's championship night in the Big East at Madison Square Garden. Marquette and UConn, fellas.
These are two high-level teams. It started out slow, but it has totally picked back up. Tristan Newton playing phenomenal as usual.
And I tell you what, UConn's ability to just accelerate their offensive runs is as good as any team in the country. You look like it's hanging around, and then boom, you blink your eye, throw an 8-0, 10-0 run, and that's why they're up 9 right now.
It's not over yet, though, Josh.
I think UConn's got it.
This one is over literally and figuratively. The most jaw-dropping result of Saturday, maybe of all Champ Week.
Well, and Houston is banged up. There's no doubt about that. Jawan Roberts was not right. He only played 13 minutes, which could end up being a good thing for Houston down the road, but this was all Iowa State. The way they defended, and Houston's like everybody else in the country. When shots aren't falling, that defense isn't quite as good. But the Iowa State team played at a high level. Keyshawn Gilbert, tremendous night.
You know, when your best player, Jamal Shed, who is an All-American Big 12 Player of the Year, he's 3 for 17, 2 for 9 with 10 points. Hard to win games, Zubin.
They've got to get healthy.
Yeah, they got to get healthy. And once again, as much as I love Coach Sampson and the job he's done as a coach, it's not all about X's and O's. It's the Jimmies and Joes. That's the reality of it.
And it's about making shots.
And you got to score. You got to score. Everyone, you know, more teams get beat. It's not about them not being able to get stops. It has nothing to do with it. You know what it is? It's teams get beat because they can't score the ball. It's about scoring. You still got to put the ball in the basket.
Mental toughness in basketball is being able to defend at a high level when you or your teammates are not scoring. It's very, very hard, and that's a lot about what happened tonight.
You're probably
tough team, couldn't get baskets.
You're going to hear this a lot over the next week, so let's just mention it off the gate. Iowa State's last Final Four, 1944. This team looks like it might be primed to make it happen for the first time in 80 years. SEC championship is set. Very interesting seed lines in the semifinals. We'll have that and more from Nashville next.
Good feeling tonight, killing haters, whole vibe with a smile.
So we saw a 1 seed in Houston lose today, and we saw another 1 seed in Purdue go down, fellas.
Well, not because of Zach Edey. Zach Edey is still impossible to guard. He rebounds, he makes free throws, but it's defense like this coming out of a timeout at the end of regulation. You just can't give up a layup that easy if you are Purdue.
A.J. Storr, transfer from St. John's, has been outstanding all season, all tournament in this Big Ten tournament. Big shot there from the elbow. And then you see right here, just at the end of the game, where's Purdue's defense? Max Klesman with a straight line drive to the rim. Even Edey didn't get a shot there, but look at these dribbles by Lance Jones. Get to the paint.
You can't take that many dribbles, John.
Get to the paint, put the burners on, and get to the paint and get a layup.
6 dribbles.
76-75. They'll move on. They'll take on Illinois. Mississippi State, Auburn. Tigers pulling away late.
Auburn is relentless because they're deep, they can defend, they can get under your skin, and they've got guys like Jalen Williams who can deliver passes like this to Dylan Cardwell. Shot fake dunk.
They are a really good coach, and Mississippi State jumped on Auburn early. I do think Mississippi State got tired and got a little worn out. Auburn's bench depth kept wearing at them defensively. They just continue to keep at them, and it's just like that shot right there. I mean, it was the name of the day of just Auburn continuing to pour it on them as the game went on, and they just ended up wearing Mississippi State out.
They'll take on Florida 1 Eastern Sunday on ESPN.
That's a high-level game tomorrow.
For the SEC Championship.
This was a high-level game right here, Zub.
High-level performance from the Lobos today.
And congratulations to Richard Pitino. With this New Mexico team, was left for dead a few weeks ago. Here they come. They're back. They're going to the tournament. We already knew San Diego State was going. But Jalen House, everybody else at New Mexico, great jump shot there to put them up. But the bottom line is the New Mexico Lobos and Coach Richard Pitino in the tournament.
Now, I should mention that starting the day, Lenardi had the Lobos as his final team in. But because they've got the AQ, they don't have to sweat it out at all. They are the automatic qualifier from the Mountain West Conference. Back to wrap it up next. We're back. Selection Sunday, the only place to be. ESPN SportsCenter will take you into the men's bracketology. Elle will have the exclusive unveiling of the women's field of 68, and then 2 more hours of bracketology. Josh, Temple was almost the last seed in the AAC tourney. They're going to the championship game.
This is an unbelievable story. Great job by Adam Fisher, the first-year head coach, to rally Temple when it looked like it was going downhill earlier in the season. Just a few weeks ago, they have been on a tear. They win at the buzzer against UTSA on Saturday, and here they are in the championship, 40 minutes away from getting an NCAA tournament berth against UAB. I still like UAB, but what a great story.
Andy Kennedy saying, let's go, let's go.
That'll be at 3:15. We'll go on ESPN for the championship there. Howard is going. They are going to win the MEAC and represent the league in the tournament.
And what a great story with Seth Towns in his 8th year of college, working on his PhD at Howard. There's NBA All-Stars that came out of the same recruiting class with him, like De'Aaron Fox. He's going to the tournament with Howard, but Delaware State put up a heck of a fight. It came down to the wire in this game, Josh, but Howard got it done.
Yeah, and congratulations to both teams. I mean, it was a very good basketball game, well coached. I thought Seth Towns in the end, him being at the 4 spot there was a matchup, a tough matchup for Delaware State. Credit to Seth Towns, 8th year, but he's going dancing.
8th year because he started in 2016. You mentioned what a great story it was. Had a couple of medical redshirt seasons. Had a little personal tragedy as well. Went to Ohio State. Now, in his 8th and final year, is finally dancing.
That shot looked like that was a Steph Curry shot.
He's part of the Sullinger family. He's part of Ohio royalty.
You're watching ESPN Champ Week, presented by Principal. And we welcome back to Cleveland, Ohio, the MAC Men's Basketball Tournament Championship from the Rocket Mortgage Field House. Good first half. Akron on top, 34-29 over the defending champs, the Kent State Golden Flashes. Welcome you back inside, everybody. I got a raucous crowd here. That's Mark Adams. I'm Eric Rothman. It was a bit of a slow start, Coach, but things started to heat up there the last 5 minutes. Akron started making shots. Ali leading the way.
Yeah, Ali is a really interesting player because he sees the game in real time. So what does that mean? He makes definitive decisions. Ali, he reads the defender smaller than him, and the defender steps back. Now he's got a smaller defender in the mid-range game. So he attacks the rim and goes up and makes the mid-range. Then a hard cut off a diagonal pass down against that 1-3-1 zone. He sees the game in real time. He knows how to get open. He knows how to get himself open and make big-time shots right there found on the three-point play. Now, can Kent build on Jalen Sullinger, who's only 4 for 12 in his game, but hit a huge shot right before the half. That one was as deep as Lake Erie.
Sullinger, 9 points. He was 0 for 4 from 3 before that shot. 1 of 5 to finish the half. Kent State, again, capitalizing off the early turnovers, from Akron. They got 11 points off those turnovers, led by as many as 7 did Kent State. Akron led by as many as 8. Back and forth first half. Ali leading the way for Akron. Sullinger and Von Cameron Davis leading the way for a combined 16 points for Kent State. Here's Sullinger out of the break. Back-to-back triples for Jalen Sullinger.
Yeah, I am sure that Kent State, they challenged their guards, Santiago and Sullinger, to step up. The Golden Flashes need those two little dudes to make plays in this half.
Freeman, good cut, got open, finish.
How good is that coming out of halftime? That's a set play by John Gross to get a backside cut for his best player, Enrique Freeman, to get him engaged to start this half. Brilliant coaching.
10 points, 4 boards now for the MAC Player of the Year, Enrique Freeman. On Cameron Davis off the front iron, and ball will stay with Kent State after Ali lost it out of bounds. Sullinger has hit back-to-back threes for Kent State. Coach started the game 1 for 8, now 4 of his last 5. And if they're going to get offense, he's averaging 15 points per game. He's the guy that is going to be consistent, they hope, here in the second half.
Well, he did it last night. He completely dominated in the second half. Made shot after shot, and it didn't matter how deep they were. This kid's got the neon green light, and I'd give him that every time down.
It's a 13-point win in the semis against Bowling Green as Greg Tribble picks up his second foul for Akron.
Here he comes.
Sullinger got the screen, left alone. 3 in a row for Jalen Sullinger.
Rob Senderoff is one of the best in the country at out-of-bounds plays. They score more on out-of-bounds plays than maybe anybody in the country.
Missed his first 4 from 3, made his last 3. 3 for 7 overall. Johnson on the other end. Nate Johnson, the redshirt sophomore from Cincinnati.
Normally a single-digit score, but right there got 3 from downtown.
Sullinger, bit of a mismatch against Sammy Hunter. Sullinger, the southpaw floater to his left.
I love Jalen Sullinger, and I don't care who knows it. That kid can flat out play. When he gets it going, he is entertaining.
Freeman, and 1.
It's the Sullinger-Freeman show to start the second half. The 2 best players for their respective teams. Look, this kid also takes and makes big shots. Look at the screen right here. I mean, nobody's close. That's building the Great Wall of China right in front of Jalen Sullinger, who's more than happy to knock it down.
Sullinger now up to 17 points. As Freeman to the free throw line.
He's starting to get his rhythm now, too. He electrified this building last night. His second half was as good as I've seen anywhere this season. He can go off like he did last night. Akron will win. But this little kid can make it happen too. Number 13 in gold.
Davis bumped off his line. Freeman the rejection. Here's Sullinger, who's got 11 straight points for Kent State.
He wants more. He's hunting more. Go ahead.
Baseline, mid-range, off the side of the backboard. Entenmann on the ground. And tied up with Freeman, held ball, possession arrow, Akron.
What a shock that Entenmann and Freeman would be on the ground together going after that loose ball. I love it when they give up skin.
The mock crew out there, wiping up the sweat. Great crowd here at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. These 2 universities separated by just 11 miles. It's a rematch of the 2022 championship game. 4 players from each team participated in that contest. When Akron won it, Kent State came back, won it last year. This is their 3rd straight appearance in the title game.
Kent State now shows that packed in 1-3-1 zone. It was effective in the first half. They're going back to it.
They were able to limit the touches for Freeman with the mixing up of defenses. As Johnson, a little bit of a heat check there, and misses the 3.
And we talk about the great rivalry. I remember Romeo Travis and Drew Joyce, that bunch. Antonio Gates at Kent State. So many great players for both of these programs over the course of decades.
The series goes back to 1916. This is the 165th matchup between the 2 schools.
And contrary to popular opinion, I did not call that game in 1916.
No, that's correct. You wrote about it on a typewriter.
That's exactly right.
Here is the series.
Actually, it was a pen and quill.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And then you sent the carrier pigeon to report
That's
to the
exactly
ESPN
right.
headquarters in Bristol.
That's how we rolled in 1916, young man.
Dribble 3 fouls now. Sullinger looking for an angle. Up top, Santiago. He wants to get into the party. Entman on the offensive glass. Couldn't hang on.
I love Magnus Entman's motor. He just goes and gets it. He knows his role. He knows to bring energy. He knows to get an extra possession. He does whatever it takes to win basketball games. There's that dead spot. That's where you got to get it. Look at Ali in the middle, number 24. Get him the ball. There he is.
Popped out to the wing to get it. 12 to shoot. Johnson, runner off the glass. No, Freeman couldn't hang on.
I like the possession, though, and I like Ali with his size in the middle of that zone and then moving to open spaces.
Santiago cradling it like a fullback, but sent packing by Enrique Freeman.
Well, Enrique Freeman is just so active. He reminds me of Kenneth Faried, who was the nation's leading rebounder at Morehead State once upon a time and spent about 10 years in the NBA. This guy understands the game. He understands angles. He blocks shots. He goes, gets rebounds. Another guy that I saw back in the 80s was Dennis Rodman. He reminds me of Dennis Rodman because he's constantly pursuing the ball.
The worm. Enrique Freeman, you see his numbers here in this tournament. 54 combined points in the quarters and the semis. 7 blocks, career high in that semifinal game. Ball saved from going out of bounds by Caleb Thornton.
Now you got to spread it and move it.
They do.
Well done.
Miles, baseline.
Move it again.
Ali in the corner. Dawson, offensive board. Thornton will try. And knocked out of bounds by Kent State. Under 16 timeout. Akron on top 42-37.
Jalen Sullinger, number 13 for the Golden Flashes off the bounce. He's only 5'10", 172, but that little dude's got a big game.
It'll be Championship Sunday tomorrow in the American Conference. UAB taking on the 11 seed Temple. 3:15 Eastern on ESPN, and the Kennedy's UAB squad looking for a conference championship.
Yeah, Yaxel Lendeborg, one of the great double-double guys in the country. And Eric, I wanted to share with you my favorite guys at 6'8" or less that are the best double-double guys I have ever seen. Dennis Rodman at Southeastern Oklahoma State. Saw him in the 1985 NAIA tournament, went out and got everything. Kenneth Faried, the leading rebounder in the country for Morehead State multiple years. Norchad O'Meara at Arkansas State, then at Miami, and now Enrique Freeman. Look, these guys are like Labradors. They just go get it.
So you have the worm, you have the manimal. I'm really trying to make Enrique happen.
There you go. I think you're on the right track there. Speaking of the worm, by the way, Rob Senderoff is going to go watch Pearl Jam. And he's going to go watch them in Las Vegas in May.
Yeah.
And guess what? He's taking a couple of his buddies.
Okay.
And their names are Sam, Goon, and Worm. What kind of concert's that going to be for Rob Senderoff? That's been a pretty good trip to Vegas.
Sounds like Rob Senderoff is the lead character in his own version of Entourage.
Yeah, Goon, Sam, Worm, and Sendy.
So we'll just start calling Coach
Las
Senderoff
Vegas.
Vinny Chase. As you got Turtle, Johnny Drama. 8 turnovers on Akron now, as Coach Senderoff and Kent State, they've done a good job taking advantage of those turnovers.
Well, these guards are so good. Santiago and Sullinger, I mean, when they smell a turnover, they smell points.
11 points off turnovers for the Kent State offense. Here's Von Cameron Davis backing in against Freeman. Von Cameron Davis had position, ball swatted out of bounds. It's going to stay with Kent State.
Well, Enrique Freeman just held his ground on that play. That was a physical play going to the rim. But Enrique Freeman played as good a defense as you will see, just built the house around the basket.
Akron top 30 in the country in scoring defense this year, top 20 in three-point defense. Up by 5 here in the MAC championship game. Eric Rothman, Mark Adams with you. 15 minutes and change to go, half number 2. On Cameron Davis, no. Enrique Freeman, but a whistle.
I don't think that's on Enrique Freeman.
It'll be on Dawson.
Watch Enrique Freeman. Watch how he comes from the backside. And he goes straight up to block that shot. Foul is on number 22.
Michael Dawson is second.
Man, I'm telling you, I saw Kenneth Freed in person a lot in the OVC in Morehead State. And the animal just absolutely dominated that league and dominated college basketball on the glass. Enrique Freeman reminds me so much of Kenneth Freed.
On Cameron Davis, his credit, is backing down Freeman on that play, trying to go right after him. Davis, despite missing his last 5 from the floor, gets to the free throw line. He's a former Mr. Basketball in the state of Ohio. First ever Mr. Basketball from Ohio to go to Kent State.
Yep.
At 26 in the quarterfinal game against number 1 Toledo. And he's got 9 here in this one.
Now a little bit of extended pressure, falling back into the zone again. There's Ali getting in that dead zone.
Sets the screen for Thornton. Lyles at the elbow. Good. Amani Lyles, the sophomore.
Ali, because of his movement in that area of the zone, pulled a defender with him, which allowed the backside to be open.
Excuse me, that's Shamas Scott, number 1.
We got a big mismatch inside with Magnus Henderson. They don't see it.
Santiago came up short. Did not see what you saw, Coach. Freeman running the floor, 2-man game with Ali. Scott again.
Boy, Ali sees so many options in real time. I just love his decision making.
On Cameron Davis trying to muscle it in. And go out of bounds. Staying with Kent State. Under 14 minutes to go.
Ali does such a good job in the dead zone, dead space. He draws that defender. See how Sullinger is leaning toward him? That's why Akron's able to get into a gap and make a play. Because he's so active getting inside and outside, he pulls defenders with him, which allows his teammates to score. It's little things that win games like that.
Scott was the beneficiary on that one. Davis had his man up in the air and won. On Cameron Davis, Coach, he scored the first 5 points of the game for Kent State. There was a concerted effort for the Golden Flashes to get the ball in the paint, get him touches. They've gone back to it here in the second half.
Yeah, they're picking on Michael Dawson. Look, there's a reason why he's ended up in a defensive position with guys backing him down. Right now, Kent State feels like they can expose that matchup and go after Dawson one-on-one in the mid-range game.
Foul was on Dawson, his second. On Cameron Davis, who has really been spectacular the entire calendar year of 2024. He had 7 points in the semifinal game against Bowling Green. That was the first time in 2024 that he had less than 10 points in a ball game.
Watch Ali, number 24 in white. Watch him screen, watch him move, watch him get open. Here he comes.
Good ball movement. Freeman, tough angle. Davis came over to help. Ali short on the 3. Kent State basketball.
This game is going to be won or lost by manufactured points. Who can go get an offensive rebound and turn to a basket? Who can force a turnover and go down and let those little guards for Kent State go make a play for Rob Senderoff? But for John Gross, it's about offensive glass.
Each team with 8 offensive rebounds. Akron +5 overall in the rebounding category. Davis, pull up. Not his shot. Dribble the other way with a head of steam. Sullinger the rebound. A lot of contact, no whistle. Fans are getting feisty here at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. And we got a player down behind the plate. It's Von Cameron Davis, who's in a lot of pain, Coach. Grabbing at his tailbone. Not sure if he landed on it. Coming down from that rebound attempt.
Von Cameron Davis, 6'5", 229, such a physical presence. As you mentioned, the only Mr. Basketball to play at Kent State, and he is up and ready to go. He's got to make this defensive play. Backed off on the shooter, went down.
Ooh, yeah. Landed right on the tailbone and with a foot of the cameraman underneath the baseline there. Hello.
Glad to see he's back.
Davis with those 12 points. Trying to walk it off. Second leading scorer in the game for Kent State.
And remember, Kent State and Rob Senderoff, this is their specialty. Out-of-bounds plays, whether on the baseline or sideline, they score a lot of points on out-of-bounds plays.
Santiago's been quiet, 2 for 8 from the floor, 4 points. Sullinger's led the way with 17. He's got it now. 10 to shoot. Off the heel. Offensive rebound. Loose ball turnover.
Got to be smart. Got 4 gold jerseys back. Can't attack there.
In the corner, it's Sammy Hunter. Flatline that 3. Quick empty possession for Akron.
That's a heck of a call, man. Flatline. That shot was dead from the time it left the hand.
Floater. Sullinger. He's got 19. Tie ball game, Coach.
Yeah, what an exciting player. Jalen Sullinger.
Let's go, Bud!
I'd like to see more of that high-low action for Enrique Freeman inside.
Good move, Ali. He'll go to the line. Exactly 12 minutes remaining. And we are no closer to deciding a champion from when we began. Tie ball game. As Jalen Sullinger's got 19. Kent State looking to go back-to-back in the MAC. Auburn, Florida, 1 Eastern tomorrow. Championship game in the SEC. Bruce Pearl and Auburn at 4 seed Todd Golden. And Florida at the 6th seed. That is 1 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. Coach, who got?
Did that guy just pick LSU in the warm-up?
Yeah, I mean,
they're done.
Yeah.
That guy has already lost. I'm taking Auburn.
Listen, takes a while to produce commercials.
Yeah,
you gotta
the
do
timing thing.
Right, yeah. They had to go with one that was a
that wouldn't have been my first choice from the SEC. Just saying. Just saying.
Well, he was letting his cat pick. Sullinger and Davis scored all 15 of Kent State's points so far here in the second half. I mean, they've combined for 31 of the 44 for Kent State offensively.
Now, Sullinger is just, once he gets his offensive rhythm going, he becomes such a dynamic presence. And then he's just talking to Santiago right now. And he's telling his backcourt mate, look, man, you haven't gotten it going yet. Just keep riding it. We'll get this thing together. Those two, they meshed immediately. When Sullinger came on campus, they became friends, they became tight, they played together, they read each other's minds. That is a close, close relationship. I asked Sullinger, what's one thing about Santiago that nobody knows? He said he's a movie buff. And right away I asked Santiago, what's your favorite movie? He goes, what genre? I said old school. He said Back to the Future.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty good choice.
That's a good one. That was the first points for Ali in the second half as he hits a couple free throws.
There he is. There he is.
Back on top. Here's Santiago. Pick and roll. Davis spinning, pivoting, finishing.
Santiago with the assist off the pick and roll. Little Marty McFly action there.
1.21 gigawatts. Third assist for Santiago. Cameron Davis has 14. Knocks it up at 46. Ali got a screen, missed the 3.
Well, really good look with John Gross. He's dialing up plays from that timeout. Okay, the coaches in this league, Todd Kowalczyk at Toledo, just elite. Jeff Bowles down in Ohio. What a great coaching pedigree the MAC has. Seen two of them tonight.
Oh, Von Cameron Davis gives a little smirk to the Kent State bench after the free throw line jumper.
I think he's okay. I'm pretty sure he's okay.
First lead for Kent State since it was 24-23. Sammy Hunter trying to take it right back. It's Sullinger who tracks down the rebound. Nearing the midway point of the second half. Eric Rothman, Mark Adams here with you in Cleveland for the MAC championship game. Santiago, pull-up, long two.
He got that look in his eye off of the assist, and John Gross recognizes it and takes a timeout. The guard tandem coming to life here tonight.
Santiago gets in the DeLorean and drops the bucket as the Golden Flashes are up by 4, looking for their second MAC tournament championship in as many years.
Jalen Sullinger's uncle is Julian, the associate head coach. Sullinger name is basketball royalty here in Ohio. Julian Sullinger played at Kent State, standout for Jim Christian from 2006 to 09, and now an assistant coach at Kent State. The grandfather of this young man, James Satch Sullinger, a legendary high school coach at Northland High School, won state championship in 09. Jarrett Sullinger, All-American at Ohio State, 17 points per game, one of my favorite Buckeyes ever. Played for the Celtics and the Raptors. And Jalen's father, JJ, also played for the Buckeyes, 10 points per game, 5 rebounds. And now Jalen Sullinger, one of the most electric guards in college basketball.
He's got 19 points, 8 of 19 shooting. It's an 11-2 run for Kent State. They're +9 here in the second half.
That's pretty good lineage right there.
Yeah, they're going to have you write their family tree after this game is over. Done your research, partner. Dribble, short on the 3. Foul away from the ball on the rebound. Freeman hit the deck.
Well, I've covered now 4 of those guys during their career, now that I think about it. And the name Sullinger, when you mention the high school ranks and the collegiate ranks, and what a steal it has been for Kent State to have Jalen Sullinger wearing that Gold Flashes jersey.
Second foul on Von Cameron Davis. Good post defense by Entenmann. Got in front of Freeman. Now Akron run for their last 12 from the floor. They have not scored much here in this second half.
Now, you probably shouldn't pass it when there's 3 gold jerseys right in front of you.
Trying to force it to Freeman. Leading to the turnover. Here's Sullinger, 3 to shoot. Step back, lean in. It was a Wheatland Clark-esque attempt, but went into the cheerleading section.
She made my All-American team, by the way.
Yeah, as she should.
Yeah. And I'm not just talking women.
No.
She made my All-American team with men.
That's right.
She did more for college basketball than any player this year. Male, female, I don't care what it is.
Yeah, the women's game. Her, Juju Watkins.
Yep.
So much fun. Angel Reese, of course, for LSU. Entire South Carolina team. Freeman calling for it. He wants revenge on Entenmann. Double teamed. Dribbles out to the corner. Turnover. Von Cameron Davis and Magnus Entenmann wreaking havoc underneath defensively for Kent State.
Von Cameron Davis right there, look. Enrique Freeman put the ball in the worst situation, dribbled away from the double team, right to the sideline and the baseline. Now there's 4 defenders on him.
Four-point lead for Kent State just over 9 minutes ago in regulation.
You know, Sullinger can definitely dominate, but sometimes they bog down offensively because they stand around and wait for him to make a play.
Santiago with 5 to shoot. Got a little window off the iron and out of bounds. And for Akron, Mark, you know, they are trying with all their might to get Enrique Freeman involved on the offensive end. He's only got 5 points here in this second half. Is there anything they can do differently to avoid the outcome we just saw in the last
Yeah, look to teammates because there's always 3 jerseys around him. Guess what? Basic math, if there's 3 jerseys around him, somebody or somebodies have to be open.
Ali, leading scorer for Akron. Missed three there by Michael Dawson. Sullinger's got 17, drives, spins, nobody to find. Takes it himself. Entman, the offensive rebound, draws a foul. It'll stay with Kent State.
Well, Magnus Entman is just a want-to guy. I mean, this guy just keeps working. Look at the battle right there. He's battled up with Enrique Freeman and just wants the ball. What a motor.
Third foul on Enrique Freeman. As Entman, the walk-on, draws it against the MAC Player of the Year. Davis. Ball fake, drive, he'll go to the line.
They keep going after number 22 for Akron, as Michael Dawson. They just keep picking on him and picking on him.
That's his third foul now. Well, that's what coaches are here to do, right,
Yep.
Mark? You look in the NFL, when you've got a safety wide receiver matchup you like, that's where you go. You throw to that wide receiver. Same thing here, Von Cameron Davis. And they haven't disguised it. Von Cameron Davis scored the first 5 points of the game for Kent State. It's been Davis early and often in the post, and that's opened up some shots for Santiago and Sullinger on the perimeter.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Von Cameron Davis has been dynamic at 6'5", 229 pounds. He's matched up with Dawson at 6'5", 222, so it's not a physical mismatch, but Kent State feels like they can own him in the paint.
Davis now 17 points, 10 of those here in the second half for the redshirt junior from Columbus. Zone defense from Kent State.
And Entman in the middle is the traffic cop. Communicates well, number 14 and gold in the middle of that thing. They're surrounding Freeman. Look at all the jerseys around him. They never give him space.
Turnover. The 11th on Akron. Kent State has 13 points off turnovers, looking for more.
Yeah, Kent State has no problem with making Akron stay in a defensive stance for about 29 seconds. Here we go again.
Davis on Dawson. Sullinger, deep three. Rims out.
Now you got to push it before that defense gets set.
7 minutes without a field goal for Akron. Johnson driving, fading to his right. Sweet touch for Nate Johnson.
Akron's got to do more of that. Push it hard before the defense gets set, and then get ball movement to get them chasing the ball.
Santiago all alone. And again, it's Freeman and Entman jousting underneath. This time, Entman called for the foul. A tick under 7 minutes to go. It's getting chippy in Cleveland. Kent State on top 51-48 in our MAC championship game. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Principal. Let's build a retirement and benefits plan that works for your team. The MAC Tournament Championship Trophy up for grabs. Akron won it 2 years ago. Kent State won it last year. The Golden Flashes tied with Ball State and Ohio for the most MAC Tournament championships of all time. Akron, Buffalo, Eastern Michigan, and Miami of Ohio all with 4. This is a rematch of the championship game from 2 years ago that Akron won, the third straight year that Kent State has been in this championship game. But I keep going back to it, Coach. You look at what Kent State did in the regular season. They were picked to finish second in the conference in the preseason poll. They finished below 500. They lost to this Akron team twice. They lost to number 1 Toledo twice. They lost to Ohio twice. And yet here they are, a 3-point lead, 7 minutes to go, a chance to go back-to-back to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, but that Pearl Jam fan that we just saw there, Rob Senderoff can coach, and so can John Gross. This is a chess match now between two of the best in the country.
Akron, it's been nearly 12 minutes of game time since Enrique Freeman scored, but they get some offense there from Nate Johnson and one.
I just watched the reaction of the Kent State bench. Look, that's something that Rob Senderoff is known for, running the backdoor lob, and John Gross as well. If these two guys understand every possession counts, a well-timed play, and Johnson to the rim with the finish.
And that's the 4th foul on Karan Hornbeek. He's got big men foul trouble. You've got Hornbeek with 4, Entenmann with 3 for Kent State. You got Freeman and Dawson both with 3 for Akron. Tie ball game, 6:52 to go.
And now we'll see what Kent drew up coming out of the timeout.
Kelja not played much here in the second half at all. Back to Santiago. High dribble.
A lot of dribbling, not much movement. Advantage Akron.
Turnover. It's Dawson who jumps the passing lane. Dawson rejected by Davis. Now Santiago puts the moves on. Santiago to Hornbeek. Disrupted by Johnson. We go the other way. Dawson a pull-up 3. Foul on the floor. It's against Kent State. But Kelja called for the foul.
Yeah, a lot of dribbling, not much player movements, which led to the read by Dawson. And then the block right there by Davis. Never gave up on the play. Santiago should just laid it up.
Yep.
Right to the rim, just lay it up.
Try to go alley-oop to Hornbeek. Kelja picks up his first foul. Freeman draws another whistle, just a menace down low. In the corner, Johnson, no. Six minutes to go, dead heat between Akron and Kent State. Eric Rothman, Mark Adams with you, a foul up top. It's on Nate Johnson. It's his second.
I mean, this is just an absolute mugging.
So it'll be Santiago to the free throw line. It's been a tough night shooting for Gio Santiago. 3 of 11 from the floor, 0 for 5 from 3. He's coming off a 20-point performance in the semifinal win against Bowling Green, where he went 6 for 8 from 3. He's been lighting it up recently, 14 points per game over his last 5. Despite being second in the MAC, coach, in total three-pointers made this season, he's over on 5 attempts here today.
Well, in this tournament, all of his field goals, all 9 field goals coming into this game have been three-pointers. And look, when you play 3 games in 3 days, that means your legs are going to be tired. And right now, I think we're seeing that. So don't settle at that point. Go ahead and take the ball to the rim. That last decision was inexplicable. Don't lay that thing up.
Kent State snuck into the tournament. MAC only takes 8 teams to its championship tournament here in Cleveland. Kent State, 1 game separated them in Ball State. Ball State, who missed the tournament as the 9 seed. Hunter for 3, bricked everything. Sullinger. And now Davis wants to slow it up in the half court, 5.5 to go.
Yeah, legs tend to go on the 3rd game in 3 days. Who can get offensive rebounds? Who can get second chance points? Who can get points off turnovers?
Davis on Ali. And Kelja walking the tightrope, and he's fouled. Bailed out. He had nowhere to go, coach. 5 seconds on the shot clock, and that'll be the 4th foul on Hunter. Or excuse me, on Dawson. My apologies. Michael Dawson picks up his 4th foul.
Dawson's going to be coming out because they've gone after him offensively anyway. And now with 4 fouls, they would really expose him down low.
Shabazz Scott back into the game. Kelja at the free throw line. Not a whole lot in terms of offensive production for Kelja this year. Only averages 2 points per game, but he's been a starter since the middle of January. He's one of those glue guys, and he's the brother of Sincere Carey, the all-time great for Kent State. Kelja's family adopted Carey And now Bekelja carrying on the legacy.
Yeah, Bekelja's really physical defensively. Well, they got Freeman isolated down low. They got to get it to him.
Freeman has to pop up top for three. Drains it. Enrique Freeman's been quiet here in the second half. Had to go manufacture his own bucket from three. Akron's up by 2.
Enrique Freeman, a 6'4" high school player, unrecruited, a walk-on who earned a spot, now one of the great players in America.
Akron retakes the lead on Enrique Freeman's first made three-pointer of the game. He's got 16 points, 8 rebounds, and the Zips on top by 2, 4:38 to go here in the second half.
Yeah, Enrique Freeman, just one of the great stories in college basketball. Look how balanced he is right there. Look, he was one-on-one down the block, but he just goes out, sets a ball screen. You never get him sped up. He understands patience offensively, moved to the open spot, and knocked down the three ball. He electrified this crowd last night in the win over Ohio. I've never seen anything like it. 24 points, 21 rebounds, every big play, great motor. His mother is a police officer here in Cleveland. She's in the house tonight along with other family members, and he learned a long, long time ago about discipline, about family. He's one of the most humble young men I've ever been around. I love spending time with him. He's an old, wise man in a young body.
One of the 4 players on this Akron team who won this championship game back in 2022 against Kent State. Here's Solinger out of the timeout. Bekelja in the corner. And knocked around to Ali. As Kent State 4 of 19 from 3.
John Gross wants to get the ball moving a little bit now. It's Kent State in the man-to-man. Here comes Freeman. Look at that little pick and pop again.
Ali.
They'll clear out.
Three on the shot clock. Shamar Scott from way out there. That's Jalen Solinger territory for Shamar Scott. An 11-1 run for Akron. And now the defense coming over. Dribble and Freeman. Ali lays it in.
Jamal Scott, unlikely hero, the transfer from Wichita State. From deep downtown, Akron on a roll, 13-1 run for the Akron Zips.
Tom, Josh Zubin over on ESPN, ACC title game. Look at this flourish in the first half.
Josh, look at him stay in this shot. Look at the follow through the landing. He watched it through the net, Josh.
Big time 3 by Cormac Ryan to put Carolina up by 1.5.
Another ticket punch. Big West, Long Beach State, and the Aggies of UC Davis is going to tip on ESPN News in just moments. And when you guys are done in Cleveland, Big West Championship game takes center stage here on ESPN2. Eric?
Thank you, Zubin. 59-52 our score here in Cleveland. 3.5 minutes to go. Akron on a 13-1 run. And they've got a 7-point lead over Kent State. And now for tonight's Expert Moves, brought to you by Principal, Coach.
Well, this is not only expert moves, but expert execution. The backdoor lob called out of the timeout by John Gross. And then a little pick and pop right there for Enrique Freeman from downtown. Then Jamal Scott from deep. The Akron Zips are on a run. That looks pretty expert to me.
Akron taking over here the last couple of minutes. Still plenty of time. 3.5 minutes to go for Kent State. What do they need to do to calm down this Akron offense?
Yeah, I really feel like, on the offensive end, Kent State has been standing around watching Jalen Solinger a lot. They need a little better ball movement, and they got to attack and get the ball in the paint. On the defensive end, you know, I think they've been a little soft. I mean, they've given those windows of shots when there didn't need to be a shot if you got ball pressure.
Hornbeak out there with his 4th foul. Santiago inside, good feed. Muscled up and in. Von Cameron Davis has 19.
Great call coming out of timeout. Aggressive in the paint. Now Kent falls back in that 1-3-1 zone for this possession. Burn clock a little bit if you're Akron.
3 minutes to play. Ali was trying to thread the needle. That's a tough pass to make from that spot.
Yeah, not a very good decision.
Shout out to the cleanup crew here. Looking like tennis ball boys coming every time a piece of confetti accidentally drops onto the floor from the confetti that is hanging in the Jumbotron for the winner of this game. And a couple pieces sneaking out here and there. Freeman, no whistle. Out of bounds, Kent State basketball.
Enrique Freeman just got his arm ripped off in that play, and there's no call. He's right in front of the Akron bench, and credit John Gross for keeping his composure.
Not thrilled with the no call from Chad Barlow, John Floyd, and Alfred Smith.
Good movement. I like the movement.
Sullinger sitting on 19 points, goes to his left. Has to go out, dribble. Good job on defense. Inside Davis. What a job Von Cameron Davis has done in this game. Now the leading scorer in the ball game with 21.
Yeah, Von Cameron Davis, he's an NBA player. No boys allowed when he's in the paint.
Draws Kent State within 3. Just over 2 minutes to go. Scott hit a deep 3 a moment ago. Kicks it out to Tribble. Freeman threw it away.
Yeah, he threw it between 2 offensive players. That was a good look. It's where the ball should go. There's 2 guys over there, but he threw it between them.
Big difference in this game. The turnover margin, 12 for Akron, 5 for Kent State. The Golden Flashes have 13 points off turnovers compared to Akron's 2.
Go through Von Cameron Davis again, number 1 in gold. He's been the most aggressive offensive player.
And one! It's Julius Rollins, his first bucket of the game.
Kent State refuses to die. Julius Rollins would have been the last guy on the floor I would have chose to make a big play, but he did it right here.
And that's the 4th foul, coach, on Enrique Freeman, as Rollins will go to the line to try to tie this ball game.
Kent State just refuses to die. The number 8 seed had injuries to 2 of their best players. Somehow, some way, they can win a championship here in Cleveland.
And folks, if you're looking for the Big West Championship between Long Beach State and UC Davis, that'll start on ESPN News and then switch over to ESPN2 when our game concludes. Freeman, 4 fouls, a 7-0 run for Kent State as Julius Rollins gets in on the action.
I love Maction. That's simple. And I love this rivalry between 2 schools that are separated by 11 miles. A long and storied history of great players, storied programs, championship level programs. And now here we are down the last 141 of this game with both teams a chance to go to the NCAA tournament again.
With a win tonight, the consecutive NCAA tournament appearances for Kent State for the first time since 2002. It'll be the 8th MAC tournament title in school history. You mentioned the rivalry, coach. It goes back to 1916. Over 100 years. And we are all tied up 59-59. Let's check in quickly with Zubin Mehenti back in the studio.
Eric, I know you just said this, but just to reiterate for the fans, here we go. Tip-off underway. 40 minutes away from crowning a Big West champion, Long Beach State and UC Davis. And as you mentioned, in a $141, after you guys crowned a championship in the Big West decided on ESPN2. Great finish coming.
Thank you, Zubin. And that Big West game is important, so important to reiterate that it is starting over on ESPN News. Akron with the win today would be second time in the NCAA tournament the last 3 years, and the 5th MAC championship in school history. The 165th meeting between these two teams. The series is tied at 82. This game is tied at 59. Something's got to give for the final 138.
Watch Ali, number 24 in white, coming off the screen. There he is.
He's got 18 points, guarded well by Rollins. Here's Scott in the corner. Ali saves it, finds Freeman, he'll go to the line.
Well-designed play, little pick and roll between the two bigs, between Freeman and Ali for an open shot, and Ali goes like a bat out of you-know-where to go get it. I saw AC/DC today in the Hall of Fame, by the way.
Not Meatloaf. Freeman at the free throw line to give Akron the lead. He does. Our next ABC NBA Sunday Showcase doubleheader. Katie, Devin Booker, and the Suns take on Giannis and the Bucks at 1 Eastern. And then the Mavs hope to have Luka Doncic back when they face the Nuggets. Coverage begins with NBA Countdown at 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 a.m. Pacific.
Call him Meatloaf, by the way.
Freeman splits the pair, and Kent State will have it.
Now you have a luxury if you're Kent State. You got Von Cameron Davis, who has shown time and time again he can back down and defend or make a play, and Jalen Solinger, who can make plays off the bounce.
And they're going to review the out-of-bounds call, see who it touched last. With 1:21 to go. Freeman, not only does he draw the attention of the defense coach, but now he's drawn 9 fouls against Kent State. It just shows you the basketball IQ. He's always in position.
Yep.
He knows to work out of the double team, draws contact, sells it to the referees. It's an experienced player down there for the Akron Zips.
Well, and he's a big play guy, certainly for the Akron Zips. But you know, Kent has their fair share of big play guys. Jalen Solinger is fearless in this situation. Santiago is fearless in this situation. Von Cameron Davis, I love the way he has just bullied guys to the rim.
Tribble has done a good job sticking to Solinger here late in this second half.
I would deny him the ball. I wouldn't let him have it back.
Santiago with 10 to shoot in a minute to go. Santiago, circus shot, Hornbeat, offensive rebound. Missed it underneath, no whistle.
I'd go back to the Ali, Enrique Freeman pick and roll and pop late in this shot clock. They're both right up there right now.
Offensive foul. Off the ball. It's against Freeman. His day is done. The 5th foul of the game on Enrique Freeman.
I thought it might be against Ali. I think that
you're
foul.
right. Yeah, apologies.
That
it's
foul
on
was
Ali.
Yeah.
I thought he signaled 25 and it was 24. So Ali called for the offensive foul. Turnover number 13.
And there was some contact off that on-ball screen after the screen occurred.
Santiago inside. Hornbeak. No! Offensive rebound. Davis blocked by Freeman. And a foul against Kent State.
Enrique Freeman with the defensive play of the game. He goes straight up on that play. All ball on that play, and then comes away with it and rips it through.
Third block of the game for Freeman. And he'll go to the free throw line.
That's all ball.
It is.
That's all ball. Enrique Freeman just made 2 back-to-back defensive plays that are changing the outcome potentially of this game.
1-1 here for Freeman. 23 seconds to go. Best he can do is make it a 3-point game. Missed it short. Davis the rebound. And now Kent State can hold to win the championship down by 1.
Sullinger or Van Cameron Davis. Number 1 in gold or the man with the ball.
10 to shoot. Sullinger in the lane. No. Hornby puts it up and in. 6 seconds to go. Kent State a 1-point lead. And a foul on Rollins. And it'll be a 1-and-1 free throw for Akron. No. Why is Rollins fouling?
Julius Rollins did not know time and score. And fouled on the play. Reached out and fouled.
Wow. What a miscue by Julius Rollins with Kent State up by 1.
The Hornby comes in from the backside because you see all the white jerseys go to the ball. Tips it in. And Julius Rollins doesn't understand what the score is.
The 9th team foul on Kent State. It's Tribble to the free throw line, a 74% shooter to shoot the 1-and-1. Tie game. 4.8 seconds to go. And Rollins is absolutely beside himself.
Well, now you got to put it to bed. It is next play now for Kent State. As a tie ball game, as Greg Tribble goes to the line, he's the 6:30 a.m. workout guy. Nobody works harder than Greg Tribble, and now he could give Akron the lead with 4.8 to go. And he just obviously just reaches out. He does not know time and score and fouls Tribble. Tribble steps the line, hits the first one, and Rob Senderoff is just beside himself. But now as a coach, you got to put it to bed. You got to rally your troops. You've got to bring them back together and execute one more time with 4.8 seconds to go. And he's got Jalen Sullinger, who has been so effective with the ball and is acrobatic with it. And they've got almost 5 seconds. That's plenty of time to get to the rim.
And no timeouts remaining for Kent State. Julius Rollins now on the bench. Rollins, head in his hands. Tribble, a chance to give Akron a 1-point lead.
The hardest working guy on this team, the season and the balance, Greg Tribble.
Got it. Off the front of the rim and in. Akron takes a timeout. They lead it by 1 with 4.8 seconds to go. Now one more time, Coach, for our expert moves brought to you by Principal.
Yeah, Enrique Freeman can win games offensively and can win games defensively. He understands how to play. He understands angles. He understands patience. He understands cutting without the ball. Enrique Freeman does so many things for this basketball team, the big three. He moves to open spaces and defensively simply dominating when it counted the most.
One last gasp effort from Kent State. Can they overcome the blunder? Down by 1, 4.8 seconds to go. No timeouts for either team as you see Freeman's line for the night.
So now for Akron, you want to extend a little bit so that Sullinger doesn't get a clear path. But it's going to be Julian Sullinger, number 13 and gold, weaving through the defense, and then watch for the offensive glass. And Von Cameron Davis, number 1.
Kent State subs in Taim Freeman. It'll be Sullinger to inbound.
And the
4.8 seconds to go, Coach.
The ball will go right back to Sullinger. Here he is.
4 seconds. Sullinger for the win. No! Akron escapes, and they're headed to the NCAA tournament. Coach, tough not to feel awful for Julius Rollins. But at the same time, Enrique Freeman, the MAC Player of the Year, leads his team to a MAC championship once again.
And he did it with back-to-back blocked shots on the defensive end. Enrique Freeman made defensive plays down the stretch.
Freeman finishes with 17 points and 9 rebounds. Ali had 18. And in the losing effort for Kent State, 21 for Von Cameron Davis and 19 for Jalen Sullinger.
As we take a look at Julian Sullinger, they're going to put the ball in his hands, and he needs to make an acrobatic play. And Enrique Freeman again makes a play defensively to challenge the shot. And then the foul by Julius Rollins that set up the game-winning free throws by Greg Tribble, not knowing time and score. And Enrique Freeman just made so many defensive plays. A challenge there, and a block there. And Enrique Freeman, the former walk-on, now basically the leading rebounder and double-double guy in America, dominates enough to send Akron to the NCAA tournament.
The Zips headed to the tournament, and we are headed out west to the Big West Championship. For Mark Adam, I'm Eric Rothman saying so long from Cleveland. Now to Roxy Bernstein and Corey Williams.